My dear friends, welcome to A1 Aptitude Academy. In this video, we will discuss the syllabus of science subject of class 10th. So, here different types of units are. First unit, chemical substances. Chemical substances. This unit belongs to chemistry and 25 marks have been allocated to this unit. Then second unit is world of living, 23 marks. Then natural phenomena, then 12 marks. Then we have effects of current. This unit belongs to physics, 13 marks. Then natural resources, 7 marks only. In total 80 marks, 20 marks are for internal assessment. So you have grand total of 100 marks. So this is the distribution of marks for your science subject class 10 for year 21-22. Now we see the details of the syllabus. So first unit, unit number 1. So unit number 1 is chemical substances, nature and behavior. Okay. So first chapter is chemical reactions. So what is a chemical reaction? Simplest chemical reaction I can give you example. Hydrogen plus oxygen make water. Okay. Or water can be decomposed into hydrogen and oxygen. But if you combine one molecule of hydrogen with one molecule of oxygen, H2 plus O2, it cannot form water directly. You will have to balance the equation first. Okay. So first is chemical equation, then balancing of chemical equation, then implications of balanced chemical equations, then types of reactions. Now I have given you one example. Okay. Now different types of chemical reactions. Now reactions can be of the form combination. For example, I have given you a you example of combination type of reaction. Now decomposition reaction can be decomposition type, then displacement type, double displacement type. Okay. Oxidation type. Oxidation means you are adding the oxygen. Then reduction type, you are removing the oxygen. Okay. So these are different types of reactions. Now next chapter is acids, bases and salts. Now you know some common types of acids. HCl, hydrogen chloride, then H2SO4, sulfuric acid, okay. Then HNO3, nitric acid. Okay. These are examples of acids. Then you have examples of base. Bases also. For example, sodium hydroxide, NaOH is an example of base. Okay. Now you have examples of salts also. Common salt, NaCl, sodium chloride. Okay. Then their definitions. So first topic is definition of acid, definition of base, definition of salt. In terms of in terms of furnishing of H plus and OH minus ion. Now H plus ion is in acids and OH minus ion is in bases. Okay. Then general properties. What are general properties of these three? Then examples. I have already given you some examples. Then uses. What are uses of acid, bases and salts? Then concept of pH. Concept of pH scale. Now pH scale, if value is at 7, then it is neutral. If it is less than 7, then acidic nature, and if it is more than 7, then it is basic nature. So this is a broad meaning of pH scale. Then definition. Okay. Definition relating to logarithm. Okay, what is the relation between pH and logarithm? But Logarithm not required. It has been written. Okay. Okay. You don't need to do logarithmic expression of pH. Then importance of pH. Importance of pH in everyday life. Okay. I have already explained basic acidic nature. Okay. Then preparation and uses of sodium hydroxide. It is a base. Then bleaching powder. Then baking powder, baking soda. Okay. Baking soda you must have heard. Then washing soda also. Then plaster of Paris also. These are common items. Okay. Daily use items. Then metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. Now metals can be categorized as ferrous and non-ferrous metals, which have major content of iron. These are metals. So ferrous metals, which have less content of iron, non-ferrous metals. Okay. Then non-metals. For example, wood is a non-metal. Okay. Iron is a metal. Then properties of metals. Properties of metals and non-metals. What are properties of metals and non-metals? Then reactivity series, chemistry, reactivity series. Then formation, formation and properties of ionic compounds. Ionic compounds are those compounds which are formed with the help of ionic bonds. Ionic bonds. That means displacement of electrons. Then basic metallurgical processes. Basic metallurgical processes. How metals are extracted. Okay. Then corrosion and its prevention. What is corrosion? Oxidation of iron or oxidation of different metals and their prevention, plating, oiling, etc. Then carbon compounds, that means organic chemistry starts here. Organic chemistry, carbon compounds. Carbon means covalent bonding in carbon compounds. That the versatile nature of carbon. Carbon is found everywhere. Then homologous series of carbon. Then nomenclature, for example, IUPAC naming of carbon. Then compounds containing functional groups. These are different types of functional groups in your syllabus. Halogens, alcohols, then ketones, then aldehydes, then alkanes, alkynes. These are functional groups. Then difference between saturated and unsaturated. Difference between saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Then chemical properties of carbon compounds. What are different chemical properties of carbon compounds? Combustion, oxidation, addition, and subtraction. Okay, reaction. We have already discussed these types of reactions earlier also. Then ethanol and ethanoic acid. Okay, this is in your syllabus. Ethanol and ethanoic acid. So this is chapter belonging to carbon compounds. Now next chapter is periodic classification of elements. Periodic classification of elements. On which basis we can classify elements? That is basis of their position in periodic table. Now first topic is need for classification. What is the need for classification? Then second is, then next is history of periodic table, earlier development, like then different types of periodic table historical development. Then in last we reach to modern periodic table. Okay, this is modern periodic table. Here gradation in properties. These are the criteria of placing an element in periodic table. Then valency, then we have atomic number, then metallic and non-metallic nature of element. Okay, these are different criteria of placement of an element on a particular location in periodic table. Now next is unit number second, and unit number second belongs to biology, word of living. Okay, now here we will discuss first chapter, life processes. So in life processes we will discuss living beings. Living beings mean basic concept of basic concept of nutrition. Okay, these are processes of living beings. Nutrition, then respiration, then transport, then excretion. In plants and animals, both plants and animals are living beings. Okay, these are different life processes or living processes of plants and animals. Now next chapter is control and coordination. Control and coordination in animals and plants. Okay. Now control and coordination is more important in animals in comparison to plants. Okay. So first is tropic movements. Tropic movements in plants. Tropic movements in plants. Then introduction of plant hormones. Okay. Plant hormones. What are different types of hormones found in plants? Then control and coordination in animals. Control and coordination in animals. Then nervous system of animals. Okay. Nervous system is responsible for control and coordination. Then these are different types of actions: voluntary, involuntary, and reflex actions. Then chemical, chemical coordination. Okay. Then hormones, animal hormones. So we have to study both types of hormones, both plant hormones and animal hormones, and more specifically controls and coordinated system of animals, nervous system of animals. The next chapter is reproduction. So in reproduction, we will study reproduction in animals and plants, then types of reproduction, asexual, sexual, okay. Then reproductive health of human being. Okay, what is the need? Then what are the methods, okay, of family planning? Then safe sex versus HIV, okay, versus HIV/AIDS. So its negativity causes its positivity. Lack of safe sex causes HIV and AIDS. Then childbearing, childbearing and women's health, childbearing and women's health. Now these are the topics belonging to reproduction system. Now next is heredity and evolution. Heredity means what is the relationship between us and our forefathers. Okay. If a man is tall, his son will be tall. Okay, this is heredity. Now, what is heredity? Then Mendel's contribution, laws, then sex determination. Okay, sex determination before brief introduction. Then basic concept of evolution. Now, sex determination means determination whether a child is a male or a female. Okay, before its birth, before his or her birth. The natural phenomena. Third, next theme is natural phenomena. Unit number three, natural phenomena. So here we will study chapter of physics. So this chapter belongs to physics and reflection, diffraction. Okay, we will study reflection and diffraction. Now, what is the difference between reflection and diffraction? So there are two terms. Reflection means striking of light on a surface and surface reflects it to your eyes. Surface does not allow the light to pass through itself. For example, mirror. Mirror has a polished surface, so it does not allow the light to pass through it. So light will strike the mirror and return to your eye, and you will see the image by reflection. On the other hand, refraction means it will allow, for example, lens. Lens will allow the light to pass through it. Okay, so there are phenomena of reflection and diffraction. So here we see your syllabus, topics which belong to your syllabus only. Okay, now first is reflection. Okay, this is surfaces, then images, then formed by spherical mirrors. Okay, only spherical mirrors are in your syllabus. Then center of, these are terms of related to spherical mirrors. Center of curvature, center of curvature of spherical mirror, then principal axis, then principal focus, then focal length, then mirror formula. Okay, this is the mirror formula, derivation not required. Okay, then magnification in mirrors. The next is diffraction. So in reflection, so reflection laws. Okay, then you have refraction, then refractive index. Here we have refractive index in case of lens or your slab or prism. Okay, then refraction of light by spherical lens. In reflection it was spherical mirror, in diffraction it is spherical lens. Then again image formation by spherical lens. Okay, parallel topics. Then lens formula, here it was mirror formula, now here lens formula. Derivation not required again. Then we have magnification. Okay, this is magnification by lens. Then power of a lens. Okay, you can have numericals also on power of lens and yeah, lens formula magnification. Then we have functioning of lens on human eye. Function of lens of human eye. This is our biological lens. Okay, this is our biological lens. Then defects of human eye, myopia, hypomyopia. Okay, then how these can be corrected with the help of our lenses. Okay, specs. Then we have refraction of light through prism. Okay, refraction of light through prism. Then dispersion of light. Then scattering of light. Then applications in daily life. Now, next chapter is unit number 4. Unit number 4, effect of current. So this chapter belongs to physics, rather unit belongs to physics. Now unit number 4, effects of current. Here we will study electric current, then potential difference. Electric current means I, units are ampere. Then potential difference, that means voltage. Okay. Then it should have electric current. It should be resistance. Okay. Then Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Then resistance, resistivity. Now, what is the relationship between resistance and resistivity? R is equal to rho L divided by A. R is resistance, rho is resistivity, and L is length of conductor, A is area of cross section of conductor. So, resistivity of a material always remains constant. It means it is a material property, but resistance depends on length and area. If length is increased, resistance will increase. If area is increased, resistance will decrease. Okay. Now, factors on which the resistance of conductor depends. So, these are factors R is equal to rho L upon A. Then, series, okay, series combination of resistors. That means R is equal to R1 plus R2. If two resistors are in series, then combined resistance is sum of two individual resistances. R is equal to R1 plus R2. Similarly, in case of parallel, 1 upon R is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. This is parallel combination of resistors. And its applications, you will get numericals here. Then daily life uses, then heating effect of electricity. That means H is equal to I square RT. H is heating energy, I is current, R is your resistance, and T is time. Okay. Now applications, for example, heater, electric heater, then you have electric geyser, then you have electric press. These are example of heating effect of electricity. Then electric power. Okay, electric power. Then interrelationship between P, V, I, R. So P is equal to VI, P is equal to I square R. Okay, or P is equal to V square upon R. Okay, so these are relationship between P, V, I, and R. Now next chapter is magnetic effect of current. So in magnetic effects we have Faraday's law. Okay. So first is magnetic field. What is the magnetic field? Then field lines. Then field lines. Now field due to current carrying conductor. Field due to current carrying conductor. If current is passing through a conductor, it will generate a magnetic field around it. Okay. Then field due to current carrying coil. Now what is the difference between conductor and coil? Now coil is a winding. For example, motor winding. Okay. So you can see coils in your fan also, in fan motors. Okay. Or solenoid. Okay. Now force due to current carrying conductor. Now force due to current carrying conductor. Then Fleming's left hand rule. Then Fleming's right hand rule. Then electric motor. This is application. then electromagnetic induction, then induced potential difference, then induced current. These are effects of induction. Then we have Fleming's right hand rule. So Fleming gave two rules, left hand and right hand. Okay. Then electric generator. So electric generator. Electric motor input energy is electricity, output is rotational energy. But in case of generator, it produces electricity. Okay, it produces electricity, and we give rotational movement. So rotational movement is input in generator. Now direct current and indirect current, DC and AC. Okay. Now what is the difference between DC and AC? What are advantages? Okay, AC over DC. What are advantages of AC over DC? Then we have domestic electric circuits. So this chapter was related to current and a chapter of physics. It was a chapter of physics. Now unit number 5, natural resources. It is related to environment. Okay, or environmental capacity, you can say, sources of energy. Then what is source of energy? Source of energy. Now different forms of energy. What are different forms of energy? Conventional and non-conventional types of energy. Okay, for example, coal is a conventional energy source. Then solar energy is non-conventional type of energy. Okay. Then fossil fuels. Okay, solar. Then we have biogas. Okay, wind. These are non-conventional. Again, water and tidal. Okay, tides. We can get energy from tides also. Okay. Then we have nuclear energy. Then we have renewable versus non-renewable sources of energy. Okay, which can be renewed. Energy sources which can be renewed. Then next chapter is our environment. Our environment. Now this is ecosystem. We live in our ecosystem. Then environmental problems. What are environmental problems? For example, ozone layer depletion. Okay, then waste. Okay, waste production. This is also an environmental problem. Their solutions. Okay, then we have biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Okay. For example, some types of polythenes are non-biodegradable, and government had banned these types of polythenes. Okay. Now next is management of natural resources. Now first is conservation, and next is use. Use, how to use these resources, natural resources. Now what are resources? Forests, then wildlife, these are also resources. Then coal, then petrol, okay, petroleum. Then we have conservation. Then examples of people's, okay, participation. For example, Chipko movement. Then we have natural resources. This is conservation of natural resources. Then we have big dams. Now, what are advantages and disadvantages of big dams? Next is mm, water harvesting, rainwater harvesting, you can say. Then we have sustainability of natural resources, long-lived natural resources. Okay. So we come to an end of the syllabus of science subject. Now, if we want to prepare for the exam, we have made a list of some important books for your term 1 and term 2 exams. You can refer to those books. The links are available in description box. You can see those books. Okay. And a video in Hindi has already been prepared for this subject and all other subjects of class 10. If you are not comfortable in English, you can watch those videos also. So hope to meet you in next video. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.